Alright, this is going to be a video about Ryzeal combos, and these combos will not cost $30, unlike some spreadsheets that you might have heard about. Um, these are just some combos that I thought of, or not necessarily thought of. I mean, they're not like specific, it's not like it's impressive to think of Ryzeal combos. They're pretty simple, but these are some stuff that you probably might not have seen, probably especially with this one, as you might be wondering, what the hell is the seventh one doing in this deck, and I'll show you. Real quick though, just gonna point out that thank you Glitch City for having music that can be used. Because last time I uploaded a video, I'm pretty sure I had no music, and it was kind of unfortunate. Because I just made that video in like a hurry. I think that video didn't have any sound at all, so that was funny. But yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and get into it. So we'll start with an Ice Ryzeal combo. I don't know how many combos I'll do, but we'll just show a few maybe. So, whoops, test stand settings, don't shuffle deck. And we're just gonna start with these two. You can see that I got this nice little slime toad here, Frog the Jam and the TCG. So we're just gonna assume that this is gonna be, I would say, probably the most optimal combo I can think of with Ice Ryzeal. So we're just gonna start by normal summoning. I'm sorry if you guys, sorry if the viewers cannot understand these combos. They are extremely big-brained, and it makes sense that someone wanting to pay $30 to see these combos. They are pretty hard to do, if I'm being honest. So we're gonna go ahead and just do this. We're not gonna play around any hand traps because it's whatever. Oh, that's actually funny. I literally did the wrong thing. Alright, let's just do that again. But yeah, so you see, I told you these combos are really hard. It's really hard to do these combos. So we're just gonna. You can see I messed it up there. I got the wrong XC. That's really difficult to do. It's really hard to do these combos. So it makes sense that you would spend $30 on a spreadsheet. Alright, now let's get the correct XC this time. That's one difficulty aspect of the deck is realizing that which X you're summoning. Okay, now we're just gonna search cross here, and we're gonna search plugin. Could also search hole thruster. Great name. Hopefully that's not what it's gonna be named, the TCG, because that's gonna be kind of pretty bad. At this point, we did not play around the bureau because I have not sent anything with I did not send X Ryzeal, and I did not play around the bureau. So this is not going to be a combo that plays around the bureau. So we just search this, and we could also, that's just like we could have used X before we used Duo Drive. It really doesn't matter because we're not going to be playing around the bureau. So now we're going to summon X just for fun here, and we're going to send Rebarian Shark, and the reason why is because we can actually chain block X here. We don't need to, because we were at this point, if we've already gotten to this point in the combo, they probably don't have anything anyways. Or if they have Navier, we're already losing to it. So but the point is we can chain block X-Seal or X Ryzeal using Rebarian Shark here. And what's important about this is because you can on your opponent's turn you can chain block using Mariologic Aggregator, which is really useful because not only does it chain block the X, but it also allows you to negate a card with the Mariologic, which is again really useful. But on our first turn, we can use Rebarian Shark to chain block the X, as Rebarian Shark will then let us search, quote unquote, a rank up spell here. So we're going to put the 7/1 on the top of our deck. The reason why is I will show you later on. But we can also use other rank up spells. I just think really that's not a bad one, since if you're gonna stack a rank up, you might as well use it for something. But you can use other rank ups as well. I could probably go over some ones you might want to use. So now we're just going to special summon Node here. Again, really difficult combos. If you've followed this far into the video, please share your IQ in the comments. I'd love to hear. I'm sure many of you have probably the IQ in the thousands. And I know you probably want those spreadsheets to further your IQ. Anyway, so this is actually a weird play though. We're going to summon Abyss Dweller just for the fun because it's a good rank 4 that we can actually use and actually does things. Not necessarily useful sometimes depending on the format, This could be another rank where you could do something like Dugaris if you want more cards. I've seen people do that, but otherwise, like if you're playing against Snake Eye for whatever reason, or decks that use the graveyard, which there are a lot, but like decks like Ryzeal and Malice don't really use the graveyard that much, or at least they don't really activate cards and like effects in the graveyard. So this can maybe not be useful sometimes. You could also use other rank 4s as well. Like if you really want to use something like Tornado Dragon, I don't know why you would use that, but you could. You guys use something like Giant Hand, I guess. But anyways, yeah, we're just gonna summon Abyss Dweller just for the fun. The reason why Abyss Dweller is actually pretty useful, specifically for this combo, either this or like Dugaris, because we're actually gonna activate the Abyss Dweller here because we want cards in the graveyard. Because if you don't know, we oh, I literally, well, I gotta redo this combo because I just said the wrong one. Sorry. Like I said, these combos, they're difficult. They're difficult combos. Let's just read through this again. I'm not gonna explain anything anymore. At least for until we get back to where we were, because that's embarrassing that I actually messed that up. But I was too busy. Actually, you know what, I can show just for the fun of it that we can. If since we're not playing around the beer, we can just do both this at the same time. I can just show you that you can do the alternate version. No, just chain block for the fun of it. Because why not? Alright, now it's got no. Anyways, so but the point is, I'm sorry I got distracted though when I was doing that. Talking about. Okay, just finish that. I was talking about things you can do with Abyss Dweller, like why we're using Abyss Dweller. There is actually a reason for Abyss Dweller being a thing. Again, you can use something like Dugaris as well, but the reason that we need, basically the point is you need an XC that can summon, or that can summon. You need an XC that can detach and use an effect on your turn, or like a rank 4. So that is actually important because so we're gonna go ahead and use Abyss Dweller's effect here. Detach this time. Actually, we're gonna detach Node or Ryzeal, or no, sorry, Node. Now our opponent's locked out of graveyard effects, which doesn't matter. Probably we're gonna target Node here, and this is a 2-card combo because we do need. Yeah, so we're also gonna attach Hole Thruster this time to our Abyss Dweller, and now we're going to use Node's effect. We're going to send our random card here, which is Slime Toad in this instance, and summon back this bad boy here. Doesn't really matter which when we summon back, we need another level 4. And then we're going to summon Detonator, and then we're going to use Detonator's effect to reattach Rebarian Shark, and then we're going to activate Cross just for the fun of it. You could also now use this to put these two back, which you might as well do just to get another card. It also lets us search. Oh, I literally forgot about that. I literally forgot that we had stacked that. Wait, what? Wait, no, we shouldn't have stacked that. Oh yes, no, we should have stacked. No, we shouldn't have stacked that. That's actually very strange. That was not stacked. Well, this is not supposed to be the 7th one. That's unfortunate. But basically, you can kind of see the point of this. In our draw phase, or in everyone's draw phase, we can just detach Hole Thruster here. Now we can use a Abyss Dweller. We have Abyss Dweller's effect. And now we can use. Let's just say that our opponent goes normal summon Ice here, just because I want to point out something. So we can do this. We might as well. We just want to use our effects here just for the fun of it. We're going to detach Rebarian Shark, pop that. Effect. And the point of this, you can now do that to let's just detach Node because we want it back. The point of this is we were able to, if we didn't for whatever reason draw the 7-1, which I'm pretty sure we did not stack because it should have been searched. Like we should have searched after we stacked it, so it is actually just random. But the point is we'd be able to stack 7th one, and then 7th one on our turn when we draw into it would let us summon one of the CXCs, and it's actually pretty useful. But now, so our opponent's been Dweller now, and also still have a Detonator effect. But let's just say, you know, let's just say our opponent summons this, and or it doesn't. This actually doesn't matter. But let's just say our opponent is doing something. We use all our detonator effects, and then let's say okay, our opponent wants to do something else now. Then they pass over priority to us like on an effect, and we've already used all our detonator effects. We can go chain link 2 hole thruster to Xe summon Utopic Draco Future, because we have 3 Xes with the same rank, and we've already used a Dweller. And also what's useful is that we now have sent all of our Ryzeals to the graveyard, so we can actually shuffle them back, as well as the fact that we can detach and shuffle back. We can detach one of our Xes, either do a drive or detonator, and shuffle them back with cross as well. Again, just really, really useful card here by the fact that it can let us recycle our Ryzeal cards, which is like probably the main problem that I think Ryzeal would have had if they didn't have cross, is just the fact they would run out of gas a little too fast. Like they would do all their stuff and they wouldn't have a way to get anything back. But with cross is just like such a, I mean, the best thing about it is obviously the negation effect, but also like the recycling aspect is just so insane. Also, it lets you draw a card. It's just such an insane card. Cross, like it's not like a combo starter like most field spells, but honestly, when it comes to power level, I would probably put it similar, maybe probably a little weaker, but pretty similar to the power of Peril Rhino, where it just like lets you do things so much with your deck. But yeah, so this way we have Utopic Draco Future, we also have Abyss Dweller, and then we have 2 detonator effects. Or actually, that's not true. So we have, oh no, yeah, we have 2 detonator effects, assuming you detach with cross. And then we have cross negate, Utopic Draco Future negates. We have 2 monster negates, 2 monster pops, and then we have Abyss Dweller. So opponent cannot use graveyard effects. We have 2 monster negates and 2 pops, which is what, overall 5 interruptions, and one's like a lingering negation or a lingering graveyard interruption. Also, cross just by the way looks so cool. Like just look at this artwork, it looks so sick. But anyways, so end our phase, and the opponent ends their turn. Now, we would have drawn 7th one, so unfortunately, I'm just going to point out what that's supposed to do with this. I'll just go over this again, but yeah, we would have drawn 7th one. I don't know why. Unfortunately, like the deck really just, out of 8 cards, just unfortunately stacked that. So let's just go ahead and do this. I won't do the full combo, I'll just go for the... Honestly, I could have just stopped at those 2, but let's just go like this. So get these. I'll just make a detonator. Yeah. So you can see here. The point is, we can stack this. So hopefully, actually, we don't need to draw. We can just make a detonator. So let's just do this. It actually doesn't matter. So now we'll just make detonator with 3. Also, this also coincidentally plays around a beer. It's 4 summons. It's 3 detonator pops and 4 summons, which is funny. We're gonna just do this, and then we'll just pass our turn for the fun of it. So let's say our opponent normal summons. Now we can go ahead and trigger. Let's just trigger detonator here. And this is what we're supposed to be doing. You can detach Barbarian Shark here to pop. And then Barbarian Shark. Oh wait, we have to summon first. Let's just summon that for fun because I won't activate. We can resummon. Now we can reuse the Barbarian Shark's effect to then stack the 7th one. And now let's just say our opponent ends our turn. So now we draw 7th one. We can reveal it, and then activate 7th one. Now we can special summon the 3. These are probably the 3 best. You could also use the Giant Hand one, although I don't think it's very good. But you could just use the Giant Hand one because you might already be playing Giant Hand if you really wanted to. Otherwise, like these are both rank 4s you can summon, but they're not good to rank 4s to summon on your turn because like this is during the battle phase and this just isn't a quick effect. Which I'm pretty sure Giant Hand is a quick effect. I'll go over that afterwards, but you can. These are probably the 3 best to use for the CXEs because they probably have the best CXEs to use. The 2 best, the best I would say is Masquerade, and then probably Silent Honor. If you're going to do it on your 3rd turn, probably this. This is probably pretty good as well. But let's just say we summon Masquerade. So we're going to summon Masquerade, and then we'll summon the CXE, which is a really powerful card. As you can see here, let's just read this card. So. Oh my god, please. There we go. So when this card is special summon, you can target one spell and trap card in the field and destroy it, which is already really powerful because, I mean, you know. Well, actually, I don't know if this does this miss the timing? Special summon, somewhere. It shouldn't miss. No, it shouldn't miss the timing. Excuse me. Yeah, it shouldn't miss the timing, I believe. But assuming it doesn't miss the timing, you can pop a spell and trap card on the field, which is pretty useful. And also, it only you can do this once, but it can also be during either player's turn. It's just a monster negate on when your opponent uses a monster effect on their side of the field. And then none of it is a negate though. It doesn't destroy the card, but it does negate the activation of the monster effect. And then you can loop your opponent for one card and half your opponent's life points. So like that's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, I guess that's pretty strong. So let's just show that off for the fun of it, but like just to point out how powerful this effect actually is. So let's say we're just gonna use Masquerade here, detach, and then we can loop our opponent for one, and then they half their life points. So that's pretty strong. Another one you could do is you can use the CXE. Oh my god, I don't want to do this that many times, but let's just go through it. Okay, let's just get this one because we need to send it. Oh, I literally forgot. Oh my god. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I'll have to do it anymore. No, fuck. Damn it. I forgot it doesn't get it from a special summon effect. It has to do it. It's a condition. I forgot about that. Whatever. Might as well. Yo, that was just wrong. I'm thinking too far ahead. Go ahead and skip the video if you want to just to get to the end of the combo, because this is gonna be the same thing over and over again. I will go through the full combo. Actually, no, I'm not. I won't do that. I'm just gonna show off something else you can do. Actually, I will go through the full combo because I'm not gonna use all the effect. I'm not gonna show off every single. I'll read the other effects. I'm not gonna show off that because you can also just look at them yourself. I don't know why you see when it's time more than I already have. But let's just do this. I'm just gonna make duo drive. So I just wanna. I'm just gonna make Masquerade again because I want to see if it misses the timing. I don't think it does, but I am not the best when it comes to knowing about missing the timing effects sometimes. So let's just go get cross, and you could get plugin. We're just gonna get hole thruster here. It doesn't really matter, but all right. Now it's just 1, 2. Do that. By the whole thruster, if you don't know, is basically just like a rage, like a Salamander Great Rage, but it just targets cards up to the number of Ryzeal X monsters or XEs you control. Also, it can use its XE effect, like its XE summon effect on or on the same turn you use its other effect, like its on-field effect. So good card. You don't necessarily need to have it. You can also just use it as an XE summoning enabler, which is also pretty fine. The problem is like the standard combo, if you don't get plugin, will just get you basically 2 XEs in one body. So yeah, that's not really gonna get you much most of the time. Like that's not gonna get you 3 XEs, and you can't really XE. You can't really XE using only 2 XEs to get anything particularly useful. You can, in theory, which I can actually show off. I'll show you something in a minute, but so let's just say we end their turn there. Let's go ahead and normal summon. I can actually do a few different things here. I can show off a few different effects here. First of all, we're just going to use Detonator effect because we want to draw the 7th one. Now we're just going to also use this. I forgot this also attaches just like plugin, by the way. So let's just do that for the fun of it. It attaches from the graveyard. Let's do that. I can also use cross. Cool. No, I actually want to show something off. Oh, did I forget to use the 7th one? Oh wait, no, I didn't. No, it says on, so it says it's right there. Sure, we'll just negate with this. All right, I'm gonna show something else now that you should be able to do. So if you can just, let's say your opponent attacks you XZ. Oh. Oh, you know why I don't have it? I was gonna show something off and I have my extra deck. I'll show it off in a minute. But yeah, let's just I'm gonna point something up. I want to see if I can. I want to see if this misses the timing or whatever. I don't think it should, but let's just see if it does, because it can target any spell and trap around the field. Oh, it does. It doesn't. Cool. Yeah, so you can use it to just pop a spell and trap. Pretty nice. Not mandatory. It is an optional effect. But yeah, you can see that's something you can do. Now I'm just gonna let's get rid of these Mary Logics here. What I was gonna show is that you should be able to summon Zeus on your using Hole Thruster. Hopefully. Alright, let's just do this quickly. I was not supposed to do that, but sure, whatever. Does this matter? Do anything else? No, I don't. Yeah, I don't need anything else. Alright. So, let's just say, for whatever reason, your opponent's monster battles an XC monster that you control and they destroy it, or they don't destroy it in this instance. But you can actually, you should be able to use Hole Thruster to summon Zeus. Yep, you can. Isn't that cool? That's pretty cool, I think. But yeah, so you can just point out, you can do things like that. Hole Thruster can summon any XC monster, including using your own XC monsters as XC material. So you can use things to summon. You can use them to summon things like wherever it is, Utopic Draco Future. Or you can even need to summon Zeus if they attack your XC and destroy it. Let's say they leave a duo drive on field, assuming that you can't do anything with it, and it has like 0 materials or 1 material, and they can't because you can't use it. Search effective only has 1 material. If they do something like that, and you can if they battle and they destroy your detonator for some reason, then you can use Duo Drive's effect, or no, you can use Hole Thruster's effect to actually summon a Zeus. And now they're like, oh shit, I gotta contend with that now, which is pretty cool. But the other XCs I was going to show off. So we already saw the Umbral Horror Masquerade. We also have the 3 best are Masquerade, Tachyon Dragon, and then probably Honor Dark. I would say that Honor Dark is probably the 2nd best one of the 3, as it is basically just it's like an anima. Basically, it attaches, unlike it doesn't equip it, but it targets any special monster your opponent controls and attaches it to its material. It is a soft once per turn, but you're not going to be using it more than once. Obviously, you're not going to be using it more than once per turn. Most likely, you could, I guess, attack into something that has more attack and then suck it up again. You can, because you should have Honor Arc. So and this is okay. So 7th one is treated as an XC summon, so it was summoned properly. So you can actually use Honor Dark's effect to summon itself back. If you attack into something that has more than 2800, or this has less than 2800 attack for whatever reason, assuming it hasn't been negated. Actually, that would be fine. Yeah, so even if it's negated, it should be fine. You should be able to just attack it when it's destroyed. You can then, or assumingly at least, it should be. But when it's attack and it's destroyed. Dang, maybe I'm wrong. But anyways, if you can attack, if it gets destroyed and sent to the graveyard while it has material, you can then just special summon the card from the graveyard, and then you get life points equal to the original attack of the card. So you get 2100. Let's say you lose like 1300 or wherever. You gain 15, like a net 15, and you have you can then suck up again something. You can suck up something again, and all you need for this to happen is on an arc has to be in the graveyard to activate and resolve the effect, which it should be when it goes when Honor Dark goes to the graveyard. So basically, you can just resummon it and suck up something again, which is pretty useful. Like in that regard, I guess you could use its steal effect twice per turn, in theory. But the third best probably is Tachyon Dragon, as once per turn you can detach a material from the card, which is which you should have material, like only one material from, because you have the number 107 under it. But you can attach a material from the card, and then until the end of the turn, negate the effect of all other cards currently on the field. Also, your opponent, which isn't like, this is fine. It does negate your cards, which isn't good, but you can also, like, if you don't necessarily need the cards in your field to activate their effects, that's okay. But the main thing is the second effect, second part of the effect, which says also your opponent can activate cards or effects on the field, which means that, like, if they somehow broke your board and set up their own, if you summon Tachyon Dragon, they have to immediately stop this. Otherwise, they're just like they're locked out of using stuff for the rest of the stuff on their field for the rest of the turn, or like stuff on their field that's already on their field. So like if they have a bunch of monsters on the field, they have to negate this immediately, which is pretty useful. Also, it's a huge body. Like it's got 4,500 attack, and it could come up like if you didn't use this effect already, you could in some theory use its other effect to tribute 2 monsters. It can make up to 3 attacks on monsters specifically during each battle phase, which is, again, it's a huge monster. You got 4,500 attack, pretty big. So that's actually could just be a good way to OTK your opponent. But again, the strongest is most likely going to be Masquerade, as Masquerade will let you going second. If you have to rebound, you're on your third turn. It's on the third turn, and your opponent broke your board. You can, if you summon Masquerade, it lets you maybe stop your opponent's counterattacks. It also has it's also a big body of itself. Like it's got 3,000 attack, and it halves your opponent's life points and loops them for 1. It does have to half their opponent's life points. It does have to send a card from your opponent's hand to graveyard, but it doesn't have to do that to negate. So, which is good. Like negating is the main effect, and then the optional is sending a card and then having your opponent's life points. So the best part about the card is that it negates, but also it has really good other effects, which is, again, looping your opponent and then having your opponent's life points, which can be really useful for helping with naval OTKs. So those are the 3 best of the CXEs, and this is just for 7th one. Like, again, you don't have to even use Riverian Shark. There's other ways you can play around using, like, you can just, if you want to do, like, for instance, a Nibiru proof line, let's just say you do this, you summon Thode effect, get X effect, summon, say, let's just send a Duo Drive, X effect, search node, or search node. Then we're on 3 summons, we'll summon Duo Drive here. This is a Nibiru proof line. So we're gonna attach the Duo Drive to this. Then we have 3 XC materials now, so let's get rid of those. And let's search out cross plus plugin. Now we can activate cross. Now we have a Nibiru proof line. Now we can go node effect, summon itself. Now let's just go Abyss Dweller here. We have to detach node. Now plugin, get a node. And all this is Nibiru proof now. Oh, I was supposed to I was supposed to detach, whatever. Or I was supposed to attach. But But I was supposed to attach the whole thruster there. I just wasn't thinking about it. Anyway, so there we go. Then we do this. And now we get detonator effect to attach. Just attach this for fun. Now we have 3 detonator pops, and we would have had Utopic. We would have had Whole Thrust in the graveyard for you to summon Utopic Draco Future, but we also have access to Dweller and Duo Drive. So, or we have Cross Negation, we have Dweller, and then we have 3 detonator pops. So there you go. That's just an Nibiru proof line. Pretty simple. We also would have had, again, we would have been able to summon Utopic Draco Future, or Zeus somehow, maybe on our opponent's turn. So we would have been able to do that. But alas, I forgot to send the Whole Thruster there, or attach the Whole Thruster to, well, I don't even know what I would attach to, probably the Detonator, because Detonator can have 4 pops in. So yeah, we can, I mean, again, we could have had like Detonator with 4 pops, Duo Drive, or we have a Cross Negation Detonator with 4 pops, Dweller, plus at some point we can summon Utopic Draco Future. Like, again, we could have had a lot of stuff, more stuff. We got more stuff there, but I just forgot to do that. Anyways, that's a pretty simple Nibiru proof line. Again, very difficult combo. I forgot. I've been forgetting to express that. These are very difficult combos. Only most high IQ. I actually do think that the 7th one, like the Rank Up Magic, is a little more interesting than other versions. I don't think I've seen anyone in the OCG do that. I'm a little surprised because I don't feel like this is that bad. It is a brick, but this deck is like has so many 1 and 2 card combos that it's just like, why do you need, like, I think it's fine if you play like 1 brick. And you can also just run 3 Bonfire, because again you're running Pyros, because like this is a Pyro and this is a Pyro, both of which these are both basically 1 card. These are both 1 card combos, so like I feel like, you know, might as well just do that, because yeah, I feel like you might as well just run this, or run, like, I think it's fine to run 1 brick in this deck. There are, let's see, I'm gonna see if there are other rank ups that you could run. Let's do spell. So some of them, Zexal, no, Raid Force. I guess you could use Raid Force, although I don't know why you would. Probably the best would be use like Astral Force. I'm not sure what you'd even summon. What does that to be? It has to be same attribute as light or fire. I guess that's alright. You can summon like M7 with Detonator, I guess, which is alright. But it just doesn't seem that useful. I don't know. Like maybe you could say summon Photon Strike Bouncer if you really want to. Actually, you know what you could do, which I didn't think about, which might actually be useful. Yeah, so it's transfer materials. So this does transfer materials. Excuse me. You can special from the training with effect. Wait. Oh, I see. Okay. No, so you shouldn't be restricted if you use this effect. Okay. So yeah, but you can actually summon, coincidentally, I didn't think about this. Let me just go through the others first. Rank 5. No, that doesn't work. No, I'm not going to use that. We don't have Dark Xyz, probably. No. Okay, let's just do Astral Force. So actually, you could, which I didn't think about, you could summon Evilzor Lars, because it is a Fire rank 6, which is 2 ranks higher than Duo Drive. You could actually, in theory, use Astral Force to summon Lars, because Astral Force just, same type, same type, it has to be the same type. Okay, well, then I don't know. Pyro, Light, and Thunder, Fire are pretty, there's seldom are that many monsters, so, that are those types, so I don't think you can, I guess, like, rank up rank up Astral Force, Magic Astral Force, probably isn't going to be using anything. If you could have summoned Lars, that would have been cool, but it's a dragon, not a Pyro, or not Thunder, excuse me, so, yeah. I don't think there's any other rank ups that would be useful, other than, like, the 7 one is like the only thing that can kind of do it something on its own. And again, like, it is useful to do this, like to get this, because it's not a good card, but in this instance, because you can use Rebarian Shark to actually use it, like without having to actually even summon Rebarian Shark, it's not bad necessarily. It's not terrible. Obviously, like if you're going second, you're not going to use Barbarian Shark. You'd rather just use X to summon, like you summon X by sending, and this because it's an inherent. I know the I word, yeesh, but it is an inherent summon, so it doesn't actually start a chain, and you can just send, Aggregator, which is going second, way more powerful than sending Barbarian Shark. I guess you could send Barbarian Shark and somehow, well, no, you wouldn't be able to chain block if you were gonna stack second, but yeah, you go, Aggregator going second is way better because unless you just negate a card and they have to stop that, and then you get X for free. It's just like, okay, that's just really powerful. But yeah, point is there are some other things you can do with this deck. I mean, I've seen people in the OCG. I did see some people going for like Voiceless Voice, which I guess is fine. I mean, there's not any synergy between the deck really. The only reason that I imagine people are doing that is because Voiceless doesn't use the extra deck as much. Like, it doesn't need to. So, like, might as well just run Ryzeal as an engine with Voiceless Voice. Because, like, Voiceless is a strong deck. When like, it can be a strong deck without using the extra deck. So just, play this. So, just play this as like play Ryzeal as an engine, and then just play Voiceless Voice. Like, basically two different decks, but they don't mess with each other. Kind of like how although albeit Snake Eye and Fiendsmith have a little more synergy with each other, just because they can put stuff in the back row for Fiendsmith to use, but like, or like Fiendsmith can put stuff in the back row for Snake Eye to use. But I kind of like how those are just decks that don't mess with each other and can work pretty okay with each other. I mean, realistically, the main synergy between Snake Eye and Fiendsmith is that Snake Eye can make, it can make two monsters pretty easily that can just summon Closed World. Or Closed Heaven, excuse me. Closed World is God, this thing. But it can just summon Moon of the Closed Heaven. Like, that's the main synergy between Snake Eyes and Fiendsmith. But, point is, like, Ryzeal, good deck, probably gonna be tier 1. Well, for sure gonna be tier 1. Probably, I don't know if it's gonna be tier 0 or anything. It's not, like, overly bearing, but it is a very consistent and very good deck. It's very cool. In my opinion, this is a very cool deck. Especially the artwork is just so cool, in my opinion. The artwork is just really cool. The effects are also interesting. It's not like a bunch of negation. Cross is also a very cool negation. It doesn't destroy things as well, which is useful. Like, it's not useful, but it's like cool. Dual Drive is cool. Dead Ninja is really cool. The fact that it's not once per turn is really sick. And being able to send things with X is just really cool. Like, you can send Barbarian Shark or Aggregator. Those are really cool. Like, really, that's really cool. Yeah, I mean, I just think this deck is really interesting. Also, being able to recycle things is really fun now that they have Cross, because originally when they was announced, they didn't have Cross announced, at least as far as I remember. So, yeah. Anyways, really cool. Thank you for watching. Hope you learned something, and yeah, these are pretty expensive combos if you didn't know.